Glasgow. You're on this possibly because you're interested in finding out a wee bit more about how to get started with Reformer Pilates with us. We have 3 options, and those options are dependent on you and your health and your ability to come into either classes in here, which is in our Reformer studio, where there's 9 reformers, or whether you need something a bit more smaller, where we have semi-private rooms in one of the other rooms, or private sessions in our private Pilates room as well. So say, for example, you have an injury. When you look on this page, you will see there's a big link that says have an injury. Click here and you get started there. That is for people who maybe have knee problems, back problems, they have a health condition. So they come in, they get assessed first, then they go through the beginner's course, and then we then direct them based on their needs from there. So that's if you've got some sort of injury, some sort of pain in your body, or an underlying health condition, that's what you do. For those of you who've got no injuries, no issues, you simply book the Fundamentals Pilates course. Now, what that consists of is 2 one-to-one sessions, and with this, you also get a little bonus of 4 class credits. You also get access to full online training where you can look over your technique on the Pilates Reformer. We have like a little course platform where you can basically learn more about the moves that you're doing, especially in those fundamental first couple of sessions where we take that a little bit deeper, and you've got some resources on there for you to use as well. So that's how you get started. Everybody that comes with us goes through that beginners or fundamental series, no matter where you're coming from. Even if you were a teacher of Pilates, they would still go through that fundamental, because our studio is totally different to any other facility or studio that you may have worked in or practiced in. And we want to make sure that when we know your body and that you know us, you know the rule, like simple things like where to put your jacket, where the reformer is. This reformer in here will be different to the reformer that you've used. The springs will be different. How to adjust it will be different. So it's really important that you are safe when you come into your sessions. So everybody, regardless of your starting point, at least does that beginners or fundamental course. Okay. Now, say for example, you wanted to do this with a friend or your partner. We get lots of husband wives or wives and wives or partners that come and do this together, or friends that come and do it together, and it's great for that as well. So you have the 2-to-1 option. Now, what I would say, that's great as long as you're both fairly fit, active, healthy, and you don't have big differences in your ability. So if you get somebody who's got loads of health conditions and then somewhere else who's got nothing, that probably won't work because you're probably better on your own rather than with somebody else. But if you get general, good, fit, healthy people want to do it together, then you can do the 2-to-1 option. So essentially you save a bit of money with that. You both get the 2 sessions, you come together at the same time, and you both get a little package of 4 class credits for once you've graduated from the course as well. So it's quite a nice little one. So those are your 3 options. Injury, book the one with the assessment. You still get the one-to-one sessions with that as well, and the class credits. There's just a lot more that goes on before that, so I'll not do that in this video. Go check out what's involved in that. Just click the button and have a look. And then the other option is just no injuries, nothing wrong. You're coming to do it yourself. You book the one-to-one session, or you do it with a pal, with a partner, 2-to-1, and you start that way. It's as simple as that. And in terms of bookings, when you click whatever option you choose, the system will immediately then send you and redirect you to our diary, where you can immediately book your individual session to get started. The system will also automatically send you your login for all your online content. Everything will just happen automatically. In terms of availability, we are open 7 days a week. Pretty much you can be seen, if not, sometimes even the same day, depending when you book, but certainly within 24 hours, 48 hours, if that's what you want. Okay, we are glad that you're interested in Reformer Pilates, and we would love to see you in one of our beginners courses really soon, and maybe on one of these reformers. See you later.
specifically Pilates reformer, possibly as a rehabilitation tool to help you with possibly an injury or pain that you're maybe experiencing, then this is the right page for you. So if you have got an injury and you are looking to possibly have something a wee bit more complex, you've got something going on where you're needing some sort of healthcare intervention, then this is how you get started. Rather than general population where they have got nothing wrong with them, they're fit, healthy, no pain, no issues going on, and they're good to go, then they would normally just book the normal beginners course and get started right away, because we're not having to guide them, assess them, find out what's going on, and get the best laid out management plan for them. For you, many clients will use this service because possibly they've got arthritic changes in their knee, they've got knee pain, hip pain, lower back pain, maybe they've got some posture dysfunction, neck pain, shoulder pain, maybe they've had an injury, maybe surgery, hysterectomy, whatever it may be for you. If you've got something a bit more complex, then this is for you. The first thing that would happen is you would be coming in and you would get a full assessment. That would include a posture, full postural screening, and also a human movement biomechanics in an infrared gait lab. We would be looking at your movement. So that's the first thing that would happen. So you'd be thoroughly assessed to really a research gold standard, and we would be looking at exactly getting you what is going on, what tissues are responding, what's happening, and how we best then help you. The system that we use in here is a system developed at Oxford University, a company called Run 3D or Run Walk 3D, and we actually, basically it's like an MRI for your movement. We watch how you're moving, and then from there get an accurate indication of how you're then loading and placing possibly too much stress onto your tissues. So it gives us the best, most precise assessment of exactly what's going on with you, and from there we then have answers and we can then best help you. Because what will happen is that we might think, you might think, I'm really tight or something around my hips, or I'm really stiff around my lower back. Many occasions is that patients will come in and this is maybe what they're thinking, I've got a stiff back. But actually what we then find after we've analysed them and got actual raw data, so we're getting objective data, is that actually that's not the case. There's a weakness somewhere, or this is what you need to be working on. So it's a really insightful and amazing knowledge that it gives you. And what we then do with that is we then help and guide you into what you best need. And that may be that you then can go into almost general population classes eventually. That might not be right for you right away. It might be that you're in this room. So in this room we have, you'll not be able to see over here, but over here we have got 5 reformers with these extra attachments here. These are called half trapeze or towers, depending on what terminology you want to use. And you might be advised that you come into these semi-private sessions, or if you've got something that really is quite complex, then it might be that we're advising that you're doing individual one-to-one sessions, or a combination of both. Every single person is different, and that's the point with this package, is that it's very unique to you, it's what you need, and we would advise from there. But with this package, you will get a full analysis, and you will get a starter pack bundle of class credits that will allow you to then use this here. So you're able to come into, whether it be semi-private you use them for, or whether you use that for the bigger type classes, but you get a little bundle of them as well. And you get taken through the same how to use the reformer, the beginners course that the general population would be getting as well, those that don't have any injuries, but a lot more specific to your needs. So we would be going through adaptations, what's right for you, how you maybe lie in a certain position, or what load you're going to put on. So you've got a lot more specificity to your requirements based on your needs. We usually will have you in this semi-private room, certainly if you've got injuries that you're working from. And the great thing about having gone through this assessment is that we then very thoroughly and in depth know your circumstances, your injury, your body. You're not coming into our facility faceless to a class where we do not know you. We know your body really well by the time you're then coming in and utilising these machines. So as part of this package, you get 2 one-to-one sessions on these machines, as well as that assessment and as well as a starter pack of the reformer credits that you can use for coming into those sessions once you've gone through the beginners. So if you have pain, injuries, back pain, knee pain, hip pain, whatever that is, or you're maybe just wanting a thorough assessment before you start, maybe you're worried about your posture, maybe you're just worried about getting an injury, or you're trying to just be a bit more proactive, then this is great for you. If you want to take control and get that thorough assessment and get set off in a great management plan where you're utilising the reformer as your rehabilitation tool, then this is where you would start. We'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching.
Onto our website, you would click and go to the reformer course areas. So let me show you how you do that. The Rehab Hub. This is our website, and then from there, all you would do is maybe you want to take the first step, and then if you're wanting to do Pilates reformer, you can do that from here. Start there. And this will take you into this page. And you've got a couple of options. You can do the course in a 1-to-1 format or the 2-to-1 format. If you have an injury, then this is what you would book here, and you would do the posture and gait to start that way. So what happens, so everybody that starts with us does a couple of 1-to-1 sessions that introduces them to the reformer, introduces them to the studio, and they also get 4 class credits with that as well. So that's for people who don't have any health issues. So you would book this one here. Let me just click on this 1-to-1 format. And this takes you to this page. And this basically gives you 2 1-to-1 sessions and also then 4 class credits that you can then come to once you have completed your 2 1-to-1s that gets you started. Say, for example, you have some injuries though, or you have some more complex needs, then what you would do from there is you would book this option. This option gives you a full screening. So you'd be in with us for about an hour and a half. You would get a full posture and gait assessment. We would put you on the 3D gait analysis system. You would do a full posture screening. And from there, you would also get 2 1-to-1 sessions, and you would also get your 4 class credits as well. So, and that basically just this description here takes you through all that. So this would be the option if you've got any injuries, any knee pain, hip pain, back pain, basically any sort of pain in your body. This allows you to take that time to work out possibly why you're in pain, and then get a plan going forwards on, right, what needs to happen, where is that problem. So take your time to have a wee think about that and whether or not that would be the best option when you're booking. The other option that you've got is your 2-to-1 format. So what that means is, say for example, you want to do it with a friend, or your husband, your wife, or your partner. Quite lots of people do that. Now, that works really well if you both are fairly similar level, or you've not really got injuries. That can work nicely. And it's £170, and that's for both of you. And again, you get 2 1-to-1 sessions, or 2 2-to-1 sessions, and that means you both come together for 2 sessions, and then both of you also get 4 class credits with that as well. So that is your options for starting. So if you would like to get started, all you have to do is just click any of these links here. Do you want to do it in the 1-to-1 format, 2-to-1 format, or do you want to do the posture and gait option if you've got some injuries there? It really is as simple as that. What happens after you book to come? So when you go through, for example, you want to do this one where you're like, no, I've got an injury. What will happen is you'll go through checkout with this, and then immediately when you go through checkout, you're then given a link to then book your this basically your assessment. So you'll be sent an assessment link, and you then can choose. You get a diary link, and it then you can choose when you want to come in. And to give you an idea of times, you might think, oh, have they got times? So we are, the only day we're closed is a Sunday. We are open Monday, usually from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Appointment wise, we have appointments, evening appointments, afternoon and morning appointments. Tuesday, we're usually open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Again, similar situation there with appointments. Wednesday, similar again, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So appointments there. Thursday, we're usually open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Friday, usually open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then a Saturday, we're normally open 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So we have appointments all within that. So either if you work back shift or if you're needing a weekend appointment, that availability and those appointment choices are usually there. So it's pretty flexible. So that's what happens when you complete a purchase. You'll basically be taken to a link to book, and you can choose when you want to come in. So that is the beginner's course. So just to recap, you can do it 1-to-1 format, you can do it 2-to-1 format, or if you have an injury or have pain in your body, then you would book the posture and gait start, and you would get a full assessment. I'm Sarah Jane, and I'm the owner of TYPP in Glasgow and a Pilates teacher for over 20 years. I wanted to talk to you in this short video about the Reformer Tower just behind me and go through what that is, maybe why you want to do this. Some of you are maybe coming to us for Reformer sessions, maybe you're new, and what is this in this room. So right now, I'm in our semi-private room in our Glasgow clinic. And in this room, we have 5 towers, 4 of which are for students, and this one here that you can see here is one that we usually use to demonstrate. So let's go through some of the differences between the tower and the Reformer. So the first thing you'll notice is that it's got these extra parts here. So it's got this metal here, it's got pull down bar, push through bar, it's got this bar down here. So it's got these different attachments, which can sometimes look a little bit off-putting. But essentially what this allows us to do is to vary up what we're doing. So if you're possibly coming to the Reformer with us just now, this would be a good class for you to come to really mix up what you're currently doing and really almost shock your body into some changes. Because if you start to get complacent at what you're doing, then your results start to slow down. So one of the things that we've been doing with the Reformer Tower is we're using the Reformer where we've got the springs down here in the well. So those of you who do Reformer with us will know this. But we're also resisting against these springs here. So for example, we may have springs on down here where we're lying down in the carriage while we have our legs in these straps. Okay, Okay, we can also adjust the height, so we can put these much higher or lower down, which offers up and targets different areas of the body as well, maybe making it more difficult or making it easier if we need it. So we get much more variety. What this means is that because you've got the springs down here and you've got the springs up here, you're double loaded. So you're working what's called this eccentric phase throughout the majority of your workout. Now that is really where the science of your reformer workout lies. It's that resisting against the contraction. As the muscle is lengthened, you're under a contraction. And this is where the springs really do come into their own. Now the other thing that you'll notice is we've got these things here, which is like a pull down bar. And this is, I've just got to get a demo of this. This is something that a lot of the members that have been coming really enjoy. So we can use this, for example, just to add in tension. And this is quite hard to pull down. And we can also use it if we want to, for example, go into some releases and so forth. We could also have some lat pull downs, positioning our posture, drawing down, controlling into more mermaid style. Really, the options available are huge. Essentially, this isn't any harder than your reformer workout. It's not that I would say this is a more difficult workout, but it can be. It offers you different options that aren't available on your standard reformer machine. So for maybe many of you that have been coming for a long time, this could really mix up some of the results that you're doing. It is primarily fantastic for getting that upper body, and also for, as you saw here, we can really isolate the legs into the glutes and do a lot of really cool stuff that just isn't available on your standard reformer. Now, in terms of coming to your reformer tower classes, these essentially just with your class credits. So if you're new to the studio, make sure you check out the prices page. That will explain how that works. For those of you who have class credits, this is in the semi-private room, so it just costs you 2 class credits. So you can use credits that you have. You don't need to buy a new package. It's just 2 class credits to attend this class. You don't need to have a certain amount of reformer experience before coming into this class. As I said, because it is small group, it's like a semi-private session, so it's the next best thing before a one-to-one session. It's okay if you are not overly experienced. So if you want to try the reformer tower, make sure you check out the timetable, and I'll maybe see you at a reformer tower session soon. you can see behind me. This is our little private room for delivering our one-to-one reformer sessions. Now, essentially in here, everybody that starts reformer with us, regardless of where they're starting from, will have at least 2 one-to-ones. And this is usually the room that you'll have your one-to-one sessions in. Now, there's 2 machines in here for good reason. Some people like to do it with a friend, so maybe you want to do it with a pal, maybe you want to do it with your husband, your wife, whatever it is. Many people do that. It's quite nice if you're both on a similar level. If you've got your own injuries, your own things going on, it's definitely better to do it on your own. I should say that, because your particular things that you need are different to your friends or your partner. So if you've got some stuff going on, it's always better to do it your own. But we also like having another little reformer in here so that we can demo stuff when you're doing it, because a visual, let's face it, it's always better than us try to explain it. So that's this room. And so this room gets used for what we call your beginners or your fundamental course on the reformer. So everybody goes through that comes to join us here at the Rehab Hub. And we also use it, you'll probably see this iPad over here in the corner. So many of our members that choose to come in here and do their reformer, we have sessions every half hour of the day. We're open 7 days a week. And what they do is they come in, so you can see there's a little iPad here next to me, and they know what they're doing. So usually we say that you have to have done about 10 sessions before you come in and do this on your own. So you're not just coming in your first day getting this. And you can choose the workout you want to do, and you basically follow along on the reformer. So think about it like an open gym session, so you can come in and utilize the reformer in your own time. So it gives you lots of ability and flexibility to utilize the machine, because let's face it, not many of us have big things like this in the house. And it means that you can, say for example, you want to come on your lunch break, or it's a time that suits you better, and that particular class doesn't suit. We have a whole catalogue of classes there that you can take part in. So that's what we use this room for here in the Rehab Hub. So for one-to-ones, everybody starts with at least 2 one-to-ones, and then after that, we then direct you into the appropriate sessions from there. So we hope to see you possibly having a one-to-one in this little private one-to-one room really soon. In Kidding Park in Glasgow. Basically, the main thing is that you're comfortable. Our clinic and our studio in Glasgow, we do have changing facilities, but it's not a massive facility we have here for changing. There are a changing room there, but we usually say to people, look, come ready to exercise, a pair of leggings, a t-shirt. Honestly, you don't need anything fancy. When you're doing Pilates, you do it with no sports shoes on, so you won't be wearing trainers. And when you come into our studio, there's a little area, you've got a little box next to your reformer that you put all your personal belongings in, and you'll be shown that in your beginner's course. There's a little place for your bag, there's a little place for your shoes and anything you bring with you. And essentially, most people just wear a pair of jogging bottoms and a pair of kind of like yoga pants, a t-shirt, whatever you feel comfortable in. We generally will say to you, wear layers, because Pilates, you're not necessarily doing like heavy cardio work, but it can be, you can heat up pretty quickly when you're doing it. You can get pretty hot. So it's easier, especially if you feel maybe self-conscious about your body, you maybe want to wear a couple of layers and then you've got some stuff to take off. Or just like a wee fleecy top if you're feeling a wee bit cold, and then you can take that off when you've warmed up. So things that you feel comfortable in. So don't come in a pair of jeans that you won't be able to move, and that stuff that you can move your legs freely and move your arms is what you want to wear. Shoes, as I said, you don't wear shoes. Ideally, we've got socks for sale in here that have got your little tote socks that have got the little sticky bottom bits at the bottom. They're definitely ideal because, the mats and things, you can see a wee bit in here. You want to have a firm surface that you're standing on, so you don't want to be sliding about on a pair of slippy socks. But at the same time, bare feet, we would advise against that. But if you don't have sticky socks with you, you can certainly pick up a pair here. But if you think about different, I suppose, as a podiatrist myself, I would recommend that you're not barefoot, so you're not picking up any nasties. We have a very good cleaning regime in here, but that, let's just say, if it was me, I wouldn't be using my bare feet. I'd have some barrier between me and where other people might have had their feet. So a nice pair of Pilates socks is a good investment. So if you're looking for stocking fillers, those are always a good one. So you can pick up these here. We've got all sorts of lovely different tote designs, Pilates socks. So you can pick up a pair, and it's quite nice. So that's it. Just loose, comfortable clothing. You don't need to wear anything fancy. T-shirt, pair of leggings. That's brilliant. All right. Enjoy your Pilates class. That Jen would say. So it's a really nice 100, so you've got a couple of moves here within the back and bit springs. Now don't get me wrong, you might have done within your bridge, you might have been a bit sneaky and taught them a few lessons with like bringing down the springs and done a few variations there, and that's all cool, but generally it flows really nicely with the springs, so you actually put them down, you're not have to change the springs that much. Right, so lie down, legs unstrapped. So generally your feet go into the long ones, and I say generally because it's not like a hard and fast rule. It would give you more tension at the feet into the small loops, and if you've got big feet, you might struggle to get in. Right, your biggest safety point, especially within these BBU machines, you do not want your legs to go lower than a 45-degree angle of the hip joint. That would mean a lot to most people. Start talking about angles, they just say about. Basically, your feet don't go out your line of vision, right? So think about when you take your legs down, you should always be able to see your feet, right? And always mention like that. Usually it is the male species of the class that struggle with remembering these things. Sorry, I always pick up the name, but you just generally that body awareness is not there. Now you could start your legs and straps with a little active and passive hamstring stretch. So you could squeeze the legs together, bring the legs down to that 45-degree angle, and then allow that passive pull. So when you say passive, it means that you're getting external force pulling the legs back, so it's not you controlling that. So actually, from a nervous system perspective, you can really get a lovely result for your clients, where they're getting that lovely hamstring release and lower back. Then go into the legs in circles. Now, Now, generally in terms of repetitions of these, you don't want to have lots of reps. Something around 12 circles one way, 12 the other is usually the elbow with this. But you see how your legs feel there. It's actually quite tired, doesn't it? You've been wanting to be for ages, so bear that in mind. And then once you've done 12 circles one way, you then go into your frog. So you bring your heels together, you take an inhale breath, bring your knees towards your ribs, and then you extend down. Now when you're doing your frogs, I like to say to my clients, you want the adductors working, you want this from the ankle joint as well. So you've actually got the tibialis posterior, you've got the calves working, you've got the adductors working. So if you think about from the heel right up to your pubic bone, you're contracting, you're driving that all up. And it's nice to think about saying to your clients things like, imagine you've got a zipper down at your feet, and when you straighten your legs out, you're zipping right up to your pubic bone. So you're zipping all of that right up. Again, about 12 repetitions of them. Then from there, we're going to into your short spine. Now, short spine generally not taught to absolute beginners. This is usually after we've done a number of classes. I don't have an exact number for you there because everybody's different. When you're taking yourself into short spine, you're teaching this one, get them to shuffle their shoulders away from the shoulder blades a little bit before you try and lift up. It'll give them a bit more space. The starting point for this is you squeeze the legs together, you point, so you've got your plantar flexion through the toes. So you can inhale, breath. As you exhale, you bring the legs down to a 45-degree angle. As you exhale, you bring the legs back, you start to peel the spine from bottom to middle to top, all the way up. As you bend the knees, you bring the knees to the head, and then you then articulate the spine down from the top to the middle to the bottom, keeping the knees close to the head all the way throughout that. You will want to bring your knees away because it makes it easier, but you're literally wringing the spine out. Shoot the legs out, and if you bring, exhale, lift that up, you're bending the knees towards the head, and then you are squeezing it out through the spine. So you want to keep the knees really close into your body so that you're getting that release and that stretch through your spine. Does that make sense? What you will see your clients do, you will see them keep their legs up and shoot their legs out, and then they'll bring their spine down. And they're not generally going to do any harm, but they're not going to get that stretch through the spine and try to get. This is meant to be releasing of the spine. You could then take this into advantage where people take their legs into the back of the whale. Now, when you're doing these types of things where they start to take their legs back, and you're increasing the force that goes back, just always be mindful of their neck. So say to them, if maybe bring themselves out of the neck. Camila, that's a great position where Camila is there, right? She's not into the cervical spine. You see that? She's kind of a bit lower than that. She's on the kind of ridge of probably right up to about maybe T4 there. So she's kind of down a little bit. And be aware that your clients will not have that same body awareness that you do. So be mindful of that. Just say things like, if you're feeling this overly in your neck, come down a little bit. And then what will happen is they don't have the core control for that, so they kind of come down like a right? So you don't want to make them feel rubbish, right? Because some of them, what you'll find is when they start to take their legs back into the whale, it can be absolutely game-changing for their back. They will feel great, they'll get this release from their back. But possibly as a consequence of that, they might get so neck. So keep them out of their neck, right? And it's building that body awareness. So if we can bring, so can John, Jen, and Kim come up? Camila, stay where you are. And we're going to just like have a look at Camila's positioning here to really see the position. I think her body position here is the best example. Because I want you to know what that looks like. Now, if you've got clients that you're working with that have got spinal mobility issues where they're actually quite rigid through their spine, and a lot of people go through that kind of rounds about that thoracic area, they really are quite into overall posture. But you can see there, Camila's not in the neck. She's very relaxed in the neck, and this is the ideal position. Camila, go slightly higher, like with your spine. Go up higher, so you're going more into the neck. Don't hurt yourself, but just go up a wee bit further. Right, so she's up there, go up. And you can see that she starts to shave a little bit. It's too high. You see that? Do you feel that, Camila?
Yeah,
right? So if they're feeling that overly up in their neck, get them to bring it down. The problem you'll have, right, is see to get this angle, look at this angle, and the amount of core control that you can see there. Your clients will struggle with that core control. So it's it's a fine balance there. They'll want to be up higher because they're in line with their centre of gravity. You start to take them further away from that line of gravity, you struggle with the core. So it's like this, they've got the mobility but not the core strength to stay in that position. Right? But yeah, perfect. Like, fine, right, let's teach that to each other. No bother. So you've got legs and straps, you've got circles. Hello and welcome to the Rehab Hub. I'm Sarah Jane, Clinical Director and Pilates teacher. Welcome to our Reformer Studio and our clinic in Kinning Park in Glasgow. You're on this possibly because you're interested in finding out a wee bit more about how to get started with Reformer Pilates with us. We have 3 options, and those options are dependent on you and your health and your ability to come into either classes in here, which is in our Reformer Studio, where there's 9 reformers, or whether you need something a bit more smaller, where we have semi-private rooms in one of the other rooms, or private sessions in our private Pilates room as well. So say, for example, you have an injury. When you look on this page, you will see there's a big link that says have an injury. Click here and you get started there. That is for people who maybe have knee problems, back problems, they have a health condition. So they come in, they get assessed first, then they go through the beginner's course, and then we then direct them based on their needs from there. So that's if you've got some sort of injury, some sort of pain in your body, or an underlying health condition, that's what you do. For those of you who've got no injuries, no issues, you simply book the Fundamentals Pilates course. Now, what that consists of is 2 one-to-one sessions, and with this, you also get a little bonus of 4 class credits. You also get access to full online training where you can look over your technique on the Pilates Reformer. We have like a little course platform where you can basically learn more about the moves that you're doing, especially in those fundamental first couple of sessions where we take that a little bit deeper, and you've got some resources on there for you to use as well. So that's how you get started. Everybody that comes with us goes through that beginners or fundamental series, no matter where you're coming from. Even if you were a teacher of Pilates, they would still go through that fundamental, because our studio is totally different to any other facility or studio that you may have worked in or practiced in. And we want to make sure that when we know your body and that you know us, you know the rule, like simple things like where to put your jacket, where the reformer is. This reformer in here will be different to the reformer that you've used. The springs will be different. How to adjust it will be different. So it's really important that you are safe when you come into your sessions. So everybody, regardless of your starting point, at least does that beginners or fundamental course. Okay. Now, say for example, you wanted to do this with a friend or your partner. We get lots of husband wives or wives and wives or partners that come and do this together, or friends that come and do it together, and it's great for that as well. So you have the 2-to-1 option. Now, what I would say, that's great as long as you're both fairly fit, active, healthy, and you don't have big differences in your ability. So if you get somebody who's got loads of health conditions and then someone else who's got nothing, that probably won't work because you're probably better on your own rather than with somebody else. But if you get general, good, fit, healthy people want to do it together, then you can do the 2-to-1 option. So essentially you save a bit of money with that. You both get the 2 sessions, you come together at the same time, and you both get a little package of 4 class credits for once you've graduated from the course as well. So it's quite a nice little one. So those are your 3 options. Injury, book the one with the assessment. You still get the 1-to-1 sessions with that as well, and the class credits. There's just a lot more that goes on before that, so I'll not do that in this video. Go check out what's involved in that. Just click the button and have a look. And then the other option is just no injuries, nothing wrong. You're coming to do it yourself. You book the 1-to-1 session, or you do it with a pal, with a partner, 2-to-1, and you start that way. It's as simple as that. And in terms of bookings, when you click whatever option you choose, the system will immediately then send you and redirect you to our diary, where you can immediately book your individual session to get started. The system will also automatically send you your login for all your online content. Everything will just happen automatically. In terms of availability, we are open 7 days a week. Pretty much you can be seen, if not, sometimes even the same day, depending when you book, but certainly within 24 hours, 48 hours, if that's what you want. Okay, we are glad that you're interested in Reformer Pilates, and we would love to see you in that has answered some of the questions on getting started, and it'd be great to see you in a session for Zoom. Hi and welcome to the Rehab Hub. So wanting to get started with Reformer Pilates, so when you come onto our website, you would click and go to the Reformer course area. So let me show you how you do that, the Rehab Hub. This is our website. And then from there, all you would do is maybe you want to take the first step. And then if you're wanting to do Pilates Reformer, you can do that from here, start there. And this will take you into this page. And you've got a couple of options. You can do the course in a 1-to-1 format or the 2-to-1 format. If you have an injury, then this is what you would book here, and you would do the posture and gait to start that way. So what happens? So everybody that starts with us does a couple of 1-to-1 sessions that introduces them to the Reformer, introduces them to the studio, and they also get 4 class credits with that as well. So that's for people who don't have any health issues. So you would book this one here. Let me just click on this 1-to-1 format. And this takes you to this page. And this basically gives you 2 1-to-1 sessions and also then 4 class credits that you can then come to once you have completed your 2 1-to-1s that gets you started. Say, for example, you have some injuries though, or you have some more complex needs, then what you would do from there is you would book this option. This option gives you a full screening, so you'd be in with us for about an hour and a half. You would get a full posture and gait assessment. We would put you on the 3D gait analysis system. You would do a full posture screening, and from there you would also get 2 1-to-1 sessions, and you would also get your 4 class credits as well. So, and that basically just this description here takes you through all that. So this would be the option if you've got any injuries, any knee pain, hip pain, back pain, basically any sort of pain in your body. This allows you to take that time to work out possibly why you're in pain and then get a plan going forwards on, right, what needs to happen, where is that problem. So take your time to have a wee think about that and whether or not that would be the best option when you're booking. The other option that you've got is your 2-to-1 format. So what that means is, say for example, you want to do it with a friend, or your husband, your wife, or your partner. Lots of people do that. Now, that works really well if you both are fairly similar level, or you've not really got injuries. That can work nicely. And it's £170, and that's for both of you. And again, you get 2 1-to-1 sessions, or 2 2-to-1 sessions, and that means you both come together for 2 sessions, and then both of you also get 4 class credits with that as well. So that is your options for starting. So if you would like to get started, all you have to do is just click any of these links here. Do you want to do it in the 1-to-1 format? Okay, so SG here, I'm going to just show you, make this a little bit bigger, your options for booking Pilates with us. Let me know if you're there. I'm just making this bigger. So we are based in Kinning Park in Glasgow, just off Paisley Road West. That's a bit better and bigger. I'll just maybe do that. Is that better? Not any better? Marginally. This is our website. So if you go to the rehabhub.co.uk, there will be a link. Wherever you're watching this, there will be a link. I'll just do it this way because that doesn't look great on that. Right, let me know you're there. Any questions, just ask. Hope we're all enjoying some time off at the minute. Right, better. So what you've got for starting Pilates with us, big button on the homepage. You can either click here or at the very top. You can see Pilates, where you've got some options in this area as well. So that is the different. I'm just going to check that I am live here. Everyone's doing okay. Ashley commenting. Hi, Ashley. Yep, I can see myself. Right, so you can do it in 2 ways. You can do this starting Pilates with us, or just go up here. So when you click wherever you're going, it will take you to these options. You've basically got 3 options, and the options are there for those that maybe have an injury, don't have an injury, or want to start with a friend. So the first thing we'll talk about, you'll see down here, you've got 3 options, 3 ways to start. So for example, if you have an injury, you would click here. If you want to start with a friend, what I would say is the 2-to-1. Ideal if both of you are at the same starting point, you've not got any injuries, you're both kind of just fit, healthy, active. That's great. A lot of husbands, wives, partners, friends do this. They start with a friend. So great way to do it. It's a really good wee deal. You get
Your full package is £170. Somebody messaged yesterday asking if it's £170 each. No, it's £170 between the both of you, and that gives you your full starting for both of you, and you can both get 4 class credits that you can then use in your classes afterwards. So whether or not you do the larger classes semi-private, that is entirely up to you. So that's an option. We'll go through that in a second. And then you can start with one-to-one. So this is if you don't have an injury. Some people get a wee bit confused and thinking, oh, I don't want to start with one-to-one. Everybody in Rehab Hub starts with the one-to-ones. So irrespective of your starting point, whether you've done Reformer before, whether you're a teacher, everybody gets at least the one-to-one session. So let's start there. So assuming you've not got an injury, you're ready to go, you're good to go, this is where you would start. So what this does is it takes you through what we call the Pilates Beginner's course. Now, you might not consider yourself a beginner, so kind of ignore the beginner, but essentially this is where you start. If you have never been in our facility before, it doesn't matter if you have done Reformer elsewhere. I won't get into details of that, but basically where you have done Reformer may not be up to what we would expect you to be at. So let's just leave that there. Essentially, you come in, you get shown that every Reformer will be different. They'll have different springs, the tensions will be different, how it's made, how you adjust it, they will be different. So we show you that. We show you how it goes, you set principal moves of the Reformer, and depending on where you're at. So say, for example, you were a teacher of Reformer already, you would still have at least a one-to-one session. Even if I've been teaching for 25 years, if I went to anybody else's studio, anywhere here, Glasgow, wherever, I would expect to do a one-to-one session. It is just courtesy. I don't know their studio. They don't know me. That's just how it should be. If you're going straight into a class and you're going straight on it as a Reformer, then yes, I will leave that there for you to think what you want to think, but it's how we would run things. So you come in, you get 2 one-to-one sessions with this package. It's £110. And it's by individual appointment, so you can start anytime. There's no set times for this. It's basically you come in, you get 2 one-to-one sessions that get you started. You can do them in the same week, you can do them a week apart, it doesn't matter. With that package, you also get 4 class credits. So let's talk about what that means. So class credits. Once you have completed that setup, that starting point, that bit where we know you're good to go, you're safe, you're effective, you know what you're doing in the studio, you've been inducted in, you know how to work the machines, fabulous. You've maybe been given the green light. Yes, you are suitable for classes. So, classes, timetable of classes. Here is our timetable of classes where you will see all of our classes. So we open back up on the 4th of January 2024, and in here, basically what you've got is the times of the classes. So you'll see John is teaching this class on Thursday, and this is the Reformer Tone class. So Reformer Tone tends to be a bit more, how would I say, energised than a Reformer Classic. Classic is more true to the source, so more what you would have expected if you'd have gone to Joseph's Pilates studio in New York. So it's much more true to the source. It's much more the classic format, what you would expect from Pilates. But we do have tone classes, which are a wee bit more energetic. Now, tone classes basically have a 10. Then John's got a semi-private session on Thursday at 11:30. Semi-private basically just means that there's less people in the class, that we pay more attention to the people in the class. It's maybe a wee bit more bespoke in the class, and that will usually take place in the semi-private rooms. I'm sure you've seen over the course of our website and various different things, we've got different rooms. I'm sure I can show you on this. So there we go. So that room there where it says already a client, the background of that image is our semi-private room. So you can see it's got the tower attachments, it's got the ladder barrel in there, the window chair, it's got the Cadillac in there. So when you're doing a semi-private class with us, you might be utilising lots of different equipment. Whereas a general population class, which is starting Pilates, the background of that image is our large reformer room. We've got 9 reformers in there. In here, we take 4 people. So semi-private just means that there's less people, it's more bespoke to you. You'll be working usually with the full repertoire of the full classical equipment. So that's the difference between a semi-private and their normal classes. And if you hover above that, more bespoke, small group classes, ideal if you want more attention on you or you're wanting to work on the full repertoire. So for example, if you're on the Cadillac, Somebody will be there supporting you. So it's a lot more hands-on. In terms of costs, the larger classes cost 1 class credit and your semi-privates cost 2 class credits. So that's what they mean. Basically smaller, think less people, more bespoke, more attention on you. So this is smaller classes. Now, the other thing I want to point out on this is the replays. Replay sessions are like open gym sessions. So that's where you can go in, book out the reformer and be on the reformer on your own. Basically just use either the semi-private room or the large reformer room, depending on what's on at that time. You'll notice that the replay sessions will never generally now be on at the same time that class is on, if 2 classes are on at the same time, because obviously the rooms will be getting used. So that is how you basically where you go after you have done your reformer session. Now that's assuming that you've got no injuries, you've got no issues, you want to go into our classes, you start with this. Everybody starts with that fundamental, that beginner's course. If you've got no injuries, starting with the one-to-one sessions, that is where you start. Every single person does that. Nobody comes into our studio that's never been in before that doesn't do some sort of one-to-one for them. So no injuries, that is where you go. Now, say you want to do it with a friend, we are going to say again, neither of you have got injuries, right? Neither of you have got injuries for that. If one person's got an injury or a bad back, or shoulder or something, do not book that, because it is better that you book, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. If you've got, either of you've got any sort of problems, don't book this. So here's me here, you'll get a what is that? What happens in this session? Essentially, what this is both of you come at the same time for those 2 sessions. So instead of us doing one person, we see both. So you both come for 2 2-1 sessions. So 2 of you, 1 teacher for 2 sessions, and then you both get 4 class credits. So it's very much similar to the one-to-one, but it's just basically both together. It's a really, really, really good package, because you essentially get the money if you do it with a pal, because it's subsidised. So it's £170, and that covers both of you. That is not each, that is both of you coming together for 2 one-to-one sessions, and you get 4 class credits. Now, to give you an idea, 4 class credits, let me have a look at the pricing, so I'm giving you the right idea. Prices for Pilates, once you are all inducted in, very different options you've got, whether you just buy class credits, whether you buy membership. So if we can just avoid the membership for now, there we go. 5 class credits would normally cost you £93 if you were buying 5 classes. Membership's there per way to work with us. So you've got 4 class credits there would be £59 a month. You also get 2 replay sessions, and the unlimited on demand is basically our online access to our classes. Silver, you can see here, 8 class credits, gold, 12 class credits. What I should say with your memberships, your class credits don't expire as long as you remain a member. So as long as you're paying on a monthly membership, your class credits don't expire. A lot of people think, oh, I've got to use them all in a month. Say for example, you were on the 12 class credits and you were to be on holiday for a week, they just roll over into your next month. So it's quite a nice membership. It's a really nice way. Class passes, you can see the prices here. So you can see 1, 5, 10. Most people usually go between the 10 and the 20. These all carry a 6-month expiration. As soon as you get up to the 20 and the 50, they carry a 12-month expiration. So you've got loads of flexibility there. Replays, again, that's like your open gym. So you're not taught with a teacher. We recommend that usually once you've done at least about 10 sessions with us, so 10 with us, so you're familiar with the equipment, you're not going to hurt yourself. But essentially, these are the prices for the replay sessions. So you can go in and use the machine on your own for as little as a tenner, and actually down to about £8 a session if you buy a block of 10. So a nice little way of doing it. Definitely from there. Right, so that's the prices. So you can see the value in this. Both of you are getting for £170 between you, you're getting 4 class credits each. So you can kind of work out the value there, and you get the 2 sessions with a teacher taking you through the reformer. So a nice little package there with a pal. Then the other option you've got is if you have an injury. Now, this is one that I really, this is one that I mainly get involved with. So essentially, if you've got an injury, now what that means is back pain, hip pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, something going on. So it's substantially more. It's £260. Let's talk about what this includes, because it is a an absolute must. If you're coming to us and you've got, let's say, back pain, we need to get to know you. If you just come in and book the one-to-one sessions, you will be with a Pilates teacher. You won't necessarily be with a physiotherapist or another healthcare professional. You'll be with a Pilates teacher. We're assuming, and if you book that you don't have an injury. So if you come into that and you're saying, I've got this problem, that problem, that problem, that person's not going to be able to deal with all of those issues in that session. It's a bit of a waste of your time and a bit of a waste of their time. So if you have an injury, your option is this: book this. Take the time for us to get to know you so that we can get a plan in place. What happens during this is it's quite remarkable, to be honest, the amount of time and effort that goes into this. So this is where you get a full gait and posture assessment. So let's talk what's included. So full assessment, gait, posture assessment. That assessment itself is so thorough. It's ridiculously thorough, and I'll get to that in a minute. So you get that full assessment. You then come back. We go through the findings of that assessment. So we go through, right, this is what we found. This is why we feel that you're getting this problem. And here is what we then need to do about that. So we set out a management plan, and Pilates will be part of your plan. Might be not only be the only part of it, but it will certainly be part of it. Now, what that we then do with the information that we find is we relay that to you. You get a full report of findings. We explain that in lay term as well, so that you understand what we found and what that then means for you. But the absolute beauty of this is that we then relay that information to the team. So that means that when you're coming into sessions now, that doesn't mean that you're not able to get into the large classes. If it depends. Some people we might recommend start in the smaller group classes, so the semi-private sessions, or if you've got something really quite where it wouldn't be suitable for you to get into any sort of group setting, we would advise more one-to-one sessions. It just depends. Some people actually prefer one-to-one sessions. Everybody has got their different needs, but essentially this assessment and this protected time with us allows us to build a management plan. But that information gets fed into our teachers. So if we are going to graduate you into a class, whether it's a semi-private or whether it's the large classes, what it means is that within those sessions, they know where your limitations are. They get a much more understanding of what's wrong with you. Usually for this sort of thing, we advise, usually if you've got an injury, we would advise that you're going to the semi-private sessions, because in those sessions, the teacher, there's only 4 of you, and there's generally that teacher's going to have much more time, protected time to look after you, to adapt things, to adjust you, to know your body. Whereas the larger group classes, that that it's much more diluted. It's not going to be as bespoke as a one-to-one or a semi-private class is going to be. But the key with this assessment is it's getting to the root cause of the problems. It's getting to why you're getting this pain in the first place, and we're getting a plan in place. So it's an unbelievably popular option for a lot of our clients. If you've got any sort of knee pain, hip pain, back pain, honestly, anything going on, take the time to book that. That is where not get any issues. You're just what you do Pilates because you think it'll be good for you. Then the 2-to-1 or the 1-to-1 is where you would start. But if you've got problems, if you're whatever it is, perimenopausal healthcare condition, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, shoulder pain, something going on, posture distortions, headaches, book this. Book the I've got an injury, I've got a problem, I need a bit more time hands-on on me, then this would be your option. It really is a phenomenal little package. The package includes that assessment, handover, build out your management plan. You also, with that, get 4 class credits, so you can use that in the sessions that you're going to be attending down the line. So that is what these packages mean. So I hope that makes sense. Basically, these are your 3 ways to start. No injury, nothing wrong with you, you start here. Want to start with a friend, you start with a 2-to-1. Have an injury, have a healthcare condition, you book this one, right? And then if you are like, I don't know, I can't imagine that that's not clear, but if you wanted to come in, have a look around, talk to us, we always offer a free 10-minute consultation. So that's protected time where you can either talk to us on the phone, so one of our teachers will call you back. You basically just make an appointment and they will call you back at that time, and they'll just discuss, maybe answer any questions that you may have. Or say you want to come in, say you just want to have a wee nosy, you want to come in and see, actually, I want to see that place, I want to just come in and have a look about and see what it's like, then you can totally book the Pilates consultation. What happens in that time, it's 10 minutes. Essentially, you come in, we answer any questions you've got, you can have a look about. It's usually a Pilates teacher you'll be with for that session. And they'll just give you a tour, show you the equipment, show you around, talk to you about any concerns, and help you book. That's something that you want to do. And you can book and pay and get yourself all sorted that day as well if you want to. To book a free consultation, you quite literally just click that, it'll open up the diary, free Pilates consultation. You choose, who do you want it with. I would generally just recommend any practitioner, because then you're getting the full diary open, and then you can see come January 2024, tons, morning, afternoon and evening. So we could see you as soon as Thursday the 4th. Loads of availability there. That's how you book. We're a bit different in terms of what we do. We don't. A lot of people say, "Oh, I've done Pilates before. Can I not just come in?" Or I'd quite like to just try it first. If you just wanted to try it first, you would just need to book a one-to-one session. That would be £55. You could do that. Or just come in, book that free consultation, and just have a look about, see if we're the right fit for you. We are different in terms of we are a full clinic. We have the whole clinic behind us. So we are a combination of, in our team, we've got physiotherapists, we have a podiatrist, an MSK podiatrist, and myself, I'm an MSK podiatrist, and been teaching Pilates for 25 years. We have rehab experts, and we have sports therapists, all part of our team, as well as our coaches and amazing Pilates teachers. And I cannot say praises enough for our Pilates teachers. They are fantastic what they do. They're so passionate at what they do. I mean, if we just look at Sarah Trevorrow, who's worked with the Rehab Hub, worked with us, oh goodness, I mean, we must be about 12 years now. Sarah's been a teacher with us, and Sarah's got over 35 years of teaching under her belt. I'm sure of undergrads, or I think her master's in sports medicine or sports science. She's taught at the colleges around Glasgow, health, fitness and exercise, sports therapy courses, and a tutor on that as well. She's a wealth of information and experience. And then we've got some of our newer teachers coming through, Kimberly and Camilla, and Lara, who have joined the team recently. So enthusiastic, learning, doing their CPD up in it. All of our teachers have at least level 3 training, and then went on to level 4. We've done the pre and postnatal as well, and or our training, and or they will have done their reformer training with us. We'll do all our own in-house reformer training with our teachers. And some of them have also went on and done their clinical Pilates with us as well. So we're constantly, our team we have a whole team training area. They get team training. We're big on that, and we have our weekly huddles where we discuss different patients coming in to classes, different modifications, how we can best be the best for our clients. How can we do things better? So we really do work hard on that. So if you have any questions, how do you get started? Literally start with a one-to-one if you've no injuries, or do it with a pal, really good deal with a pal. Or if you've got an injury, got something going on, this is where you start. You might not even be sure that Pilates is for you. I can honestly say it's our rehab method of choice for a reason. It works, but it works because of the full plan that we build it with it, and the consistency of you doing it, but you knowing what you're doing and knowing you're not hurting yourself. So it's all part of how we induct you into that. We don't just fling you into a class and leave you and just say, oh, everybody does the same. That is not the case. So it's a relationship we're building, especially if you've got injuries, and that is where our expertise is. That is really the clientele that comes to us at the Rehab Hub tend to be over 40. They tend to be professionals, and they tend to have something going on in their body where it's starting to hurt. There may be perimenopausal. There may be guys that are, that have just burned themselves out and they're getting sore. They maybe get back pain. They've got something generally going on. Their bodies they're starting to just feel, I just don't feel like myself. I don't have the same energy, or I'm just feeling sore. My back's sore, my hips are sore, my shoulders sore. They're just feeling, starting to just feel that change in their body, whether it's a male or female. And we've got the whole clinic side of things there where we can incorporate. So I'll just kind of give you a little taster of what we have at the clinic. And again, book a free 10-minute consultation if you're unsure what to book in the clinic. But essentially, from the full assessment, and actually that's the assessment, the push and gait assessment. And actually, if you were booking that on your own, it would be 270 quid. I'm sure it is. Let's have a look. 170 quid for that, just that assessment. And you also get your one-to-ones and your full management plan and your class credits with that as well. It really is a great deal. So, and if you wanted it with the full MSK assessment, it is £270 rather than 170. So yeah, it really is a phenomenal little package. That is how you get started. This is our clinic. We are a team of podiatrists, physios, sports therapists, and offer everything that you can imagine. We've also got the latest ultrasound, so we've got our diagnostic ultrasound, where we can scan and now look inside and actually get some diagnosis. We can do guided injections. I mean, our clinic's pretty advanced, and this is just some of the treatments, some of the injuries that we can help with, some of the health concerns. Please go on and have a look, see how we can help you. But please, that is how you get started with Pilates with us. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll do our best to assist. So let's talk about class timetable once you've completed your beginners session. So if we go up to Pilates at the top of the website is the rehabhub.co.uk. Timetable of classes. So you can see here how you start Pilates with us at the very top. You've got timetable, prices, teacher training, over that at a different time. But yes, we do offer teacher training if that's something you're interested in. So let's go to timetable of classes. So we use a system called Studio Bookings. So our clients, and you're showing this during your fundamental session with us, but essentially our clients download the app, and this allows them to book the classes. And you don't need to, you can do it by a desktop as well if you wanted to, but essentially, yeah, you can book by a desktop. I think if I click that, yeah, just make sure you sign in, that's it. So we've got a little link, so just put the widget in here of our classes. So this is, you can see we're off just now with the Christmas holidays. But this is, I'm just classes. I wonder if I can scroll that down. Oh yeah, I can. Yay, fabulous. Right, so you can start to see a picture of where we're at in terms of class times. So if we look at, so we open back up on Thursday, the 4th of January. So if you get started booking, and especially if you're a VIP client, make sure that you message in your VIP WhatsApp group, because we can get them advance booked for you. VIPs are those that are on gold membership and above. So we can see John's got his reformer tone, and he's got a semi-private on Thursday. We've got some replay sessions. Then in the evening, Kimberly is teaching reformer tone at 5:15 to 6. Then we've got Lara is teaching semi-private. These are coming down really, really well. Lara's just recently joined us from London. Lovely classical Pilates teacher, and she's also a remedial therapist. And then from here, Ashley then teaches on Thursday, and then she's got another just says reformer. I think it's a mixed class that Ashley does that day. So this is our safe space class. This is for we like to consider ourselves a clinic and a studio, a safe space, no matter your sexual identity, your gender identity, no matter what, it's a safe space. So we get a lot of clients, I think, in the Thursday evening with Ashley, where she likes to create this kind of safe space class. And it's a bit of a mixed class. So it looks like she's doing, sometimes it'll be trigger points, sometimes it'll be jump. So it just depends. Yeah, it's our safe space class. And then on Friday morning, we've got Sarah. So Sarah is back in on Friday morning. We've got the semi-private at 10:45, and then we've got the 11:30. Tone with Sarah. So we've just got the 2 on this it's Friday. Normally more, but we're just easing you back in. And Saturday classes are back on. Sarah's our Saturday girl usually. Our Sunday classes are back in. And poor Sarah, goodness, Sarah, you're going to be busy. Sarah's teaching this Sunday as well. So we are open 7 days a week for our classes. Generally mornings, you can see there. We've got the 10:30 classic, and we've got a tone class at 11:30 on Sunday. And then Monday, it's busy. So Monday, 8th, we are busy. So we've got Sarah teaching at 10:30, then there's another class at 11:30. So generally our classes tend to be mornings into afternoon, and then early evening into kind of later into evening, 6, 7 o'clock. So that tends to be the times. Tuesday, Ashley's, there's a wee bit, she's got a 6:30 class, 5:30, and there's, I think, a Wednesday. We started recently the 10:05 class, which has been down quite popular. This is proven quite popular with a lot of you. You're enjoying the kind of early evening class as well as the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock classes as well. So generally classes, we are open 7 days a week, and you can see the timetable is pretty busy. So loads and loads of classes, lots for you to choose from. So if you're thinking, is there a class for me? I'm sure it is. Get yourself booked. And if you're new to us, start with the beginner's course. What are the prices? So once you've completed your beginner's course with us, what are the prices of starting? That's always a fear, isn't it? You think, well, that's great, I get a nice good deal. But what about when I want to either become a member, or what are the options? So let's quickly go through that. So when you come to our website, the rehabhub.co.uk, link will be on this page wherever you're watching it. Up to Pilates, you can see you've got clinic and you've got Pilates, we drop down arrow, and then you can see prices for Pilates. We are very transparent with all the prices. They're not hidden, easy to find. Okay, what you've got different options, 2 options basically to work with us. You can either buy class passes or you can become a member. You don't need to become a member. I suppose 3, you can just basically pay as you go. If you're paying as you go, how we work is everything's in class credits. So a credit is essentially equivalent to doing one large class. So the large classes for us have 9 reformers in them. So 1 credit will allow you entry into 1 large class. 2 credits will allow you entry into a semi-private session where there's only 4 of you. So that's basically it. So you buy credits and you use them as you like. Replay passes are a wee bit different. So before I go on, I'll just explain what they are. They are a different price point, and they're a different price point for a reason, because they are not instructor-led. So I'll go down to press that, I'll take you to the page. Replay sessions. So you can see one of them is a tenner, where you can buy little bundles of them and you'll get them cheaper. So I think you can get them as cheap as £8. These are not instructor-led. Think about this like you're booking yourself to go to the gym. You're on your own. You've got a reformer. You've basically secured a reformer. That's what that means. So you come in and you have a reformer to use for an hour. That's what that is. It's like an open gym session. We call them replay sessions. Our replay sessions, you've got access to. There's iPad stations. So look at pre-recorded classes that you can follow as well. If you are using us for replay sessions, you will get access to that. So you can bring your own device, your own phone, your own headphones, and you can follow that from your own phone as well. So we've got a wee app where you can basically follow classes, and you can choose, I want to do a stretch and tone, I want to do a classic, I want to do a tone class. All we request is that to book replay sessions, you must have at least done 10 in-person sessions with an instructor before you book that. Now, if you're already a teacher, all we would say is that you have to do a one-to-one with us so we can check that you're safe and actually induct you into the studio. So it's there. It's quite a unique offering. I don't know any other studios that allow you to do that. So it was something we introduced during COVID, and it's a really popular service. So basically, when you see replay sessions, that's what it means, and you can get them for as little as £8 a session if you buy them in a block of 10, or £10 a session if you're buying them individually. You're just going to book them. Nice little thing. Right, let's first of all talk about the class passes. So this is where you're not committed, you're not on any membership, you're basically just buying a bundle of classes or an individual class. So let's talk about the prices there. So 1 class credit is £20. So to do a class, if you were buying it individually, it would cost you £20. Or you can buy a block of 5, a block of 10, a block of 20, and the more you buy, the cheaper you get them. So I think, my memory, obviously the 50 class credits is your best value. I think they get down to like as little as like £9 a session, depending on how you buy them. Now I should say with all of our stuff, so actually if I hit this, let's see what happens when I hit this. I'm sure we've got the option, you can split payments and stuff as well. So you can use all if you want to. We're not encouraging people to get into debt, but say for example you want to get the best deal, you can use ClearPlay and Klarna. We've also got PayPal on checkout as well, so you can choose PayPal. And if you use PayPal, you can sometimes split the payments into 2 payments as well. So lots of our clients will do that to get good deals. So it's just letting you know that is there if you're buying a big bundle. Our kind of most popular bundles, the 10 and the 20. These carry, so from this up, that carries a 6-month expiration. And if you're not using 10 classes in 6 months, you're really, goodness, don't bother. You're not going to get any results if you're not. You need to have some consistency in doing this. 20 class credits, you're £308. Again, you can split the cost if that suits you. We've tried to make it as really easy as possible. So you're not, use ClearPay, Google Pay, Klarna, normal pay, credit card, whatever you want. So it's there. So you can see there, these are the options for buying bundles of classes. Now, if people always ask us, can I split them with my pal? You can. So with class credits, you can, not with memberships. Memberships is your membership. You cannot share a membership. So, say for example, you're 20 and you want to get a good deal and you and your pal, you just basically, yes, we can split that and split 10 between two of you. It's not a problem. You just email us over and we will split them between both. And the same with the 50 class credits. A lot of people do 25 each. And that's absolutely no problem at all. We can do that. Let's go on to membership. Membership will always get you the option in your class credits. So membership, you're not tied in. We just ask a 30 days notice. So basically your membership just sends an email, want to cancel, and give us 30 days notice. That's it. And it'll be cancelled. Now, when you remember, your class credits don't expire. So what happens every month, say you're on the class membership, every month you will get 4 class credits. Now you can see there's replay sessions in these as well. So you also get replays with membership as well. So technically you could be coming in with a bronze membership. You could be coming in 8 times a month. With a silver, you could be coming in 12 times a month. Yada, yada, yada. So it really does give you that option. Now, what happens is, say for example, you do not use your class credits and you're a member and you don't use them that month, it doesn't matter, they just roll over, they don't expire. So they just continue to roll over as long as you remain a member. Now, when you cancel your membership, of course, they will expire. You'll have 30 days notice from the date of your last membership payment. So you'll have 30 days to use whatever's on your account. Everything expires once you've cancelled your membership. A lot of people say, oh, can I not keep my class credits? No. If you cancel a membership, they expire. If you are not a membership type person, just do the class credit option. It is you've got the most leeway there. There's no commitment. You buy what you want and you get your expiration date. Nice and simple and easy. But essentially with the bronze, silver and gold, your gold, most of our members sit around the gold because it allows them to come 3 times a week. It's £130 per month. Again, 30 days cancellation notice, that's it. You just pop us an email, cancel, that's it. And you can always go down your membership as well. And actually I should say for example, you were in gold and you'd accumulate a few class credits, but you're thinking, I'm not using all them. You go down a membership and your class credits from your gold will not expire. So as long as you're basically paying monthly on some sort of membership, your class credits don't expire regardless of what membership you're on. So that makes sense. A lot of people ask that question, no, will they expire? They won't. As long as you are on a membership of any kind, your class credits will expire. With the gold, basically you get 12 class credits a month. So that would allow you to come to 3 group classes a month if you wanted. And then also a replay session. So essentially you could be in 4 times a week if you wanted to. Or remember, if you were doing the semi-private classes, they cost you 2 class credits, so that could afford you to do 6 semi-private sessions a month. So it really is a nice, really valuable membership. So to give you an idea, 10 class credits, if you're buying them in bundles, would cost you £169. You get 12 every month for 130 plus replay sessions plus on demand. Your unlimited on demand is essentially classes that you do at home. So you have the reformer ones. Not everyone will have a reformer at home, we appreciate that. But you also have mat Pilates and there's yoga sessions in there as well, and rehab sessions, and there's trigger point Pilates. So there's a whole host of things that you can do at home that are in there as well. So that is the cost. I know that cost is always one of those things. Yeah, it might be not expensive to come and do the beginner's course, but how much does it cost after I'm there? We're always very transparent with our prices. We don't try to hide in prices. I personally hate to have to go hunting for a price of something. So basically, when you go to our website, rehabhub.co.uk, Pilates, prices for Pilates and your cooking. Please do not buy any of this until you have done your beginner's course. Wait, leave all that until you've done your beginners. So if you've missed some of my earlier updates, you go to Pilates, how you get started with us, and you start 1 of 3 ways. Okay, so you start either with you've got no injuries, so you start with that 1-to-1, or you start with 2-to-1, or you start if you've got an injury, you hit the injury. So that is how you get started. That is full disclosure on our prices. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask, reach out. We'll do our best to answer. Right. Next thing I wanted to look at was teacher training courses. So a lot of our clients, and actually many of our teachers started off as clients with us. So we look at Kimberly, we look at Linda back in the day, we look at Ashley, loads of them started off as clients. So we do offer Pilates teacher training. What we would say is that our training is postgraduate. What that means is that you have to have at least done your mat-based level 3. So you need to have a level 3 certification. And we generally would prefer a Pilates qualification. So it's Pilates, mat level 3. We've got lots of personal trainers that want to come and do it with us. I'm not saying that if you've absolutely got an interest in learning Pilates, what we don't want is a jack of all, master of none. People who just teach everything and they don't really truly get into the Pilates method spirit. So yes, so reach out if something you're interested in. We don't have any dates at the moment for 2024, but this just gives you an idea of what we teach and what the options are. But essentially, if you were looking to get started, you would start with your Universal Reformer 1, and this takes you through £520, and you go through the Reformer training. Essentially, the biggest difference in this training is that you will get in-person training, but you will also get because so what that means is that we allow you, we basically bring you into our bosom in the studio. We have you team teaching with us, we have you shadowing classes, we have you're very much part, you're kind of brought in to the team, and that really is a big unique selling point. I genuinely believe, I've always believed that you need mentorship to learn. You can't just go on a weekend training course and expect to learn. You do need support in learning, and so that is something that I feel very passionate about. You're then issued with your certificate of achievement after you've done 100 hours. So what that means is 100 hours, a combination of self-practice, shadowing, and team teaching or teaching, because you are cleared to go off and teach after this, as in you are safe to do so, but we don't see that you're competent to do so, as in yes, we have rubber stamped you until you put 100 hours in. So you get a portfolio of evidence and you evidence your learning, and then you send that in and you are rubber stamped, good to go. That is it. So that is the Pilates teacher training. There's many different courses in here that we've got. So the foot knee, obviously, is an NSK podiatrist. That's my passion here. This is, of course, all about assessment of the foot. It's designed specifically for healthcare professionals and fitness professionals. We've got different workshops and things that we regularly run as well. So that is our teacher training. What I will say to you is that we need these are all our different anatomy training and things as well. We need you to be at least level 3 qualified. So we do not work with anybody who's completely new. So if you've never done anything in the fitness industry or Pilates industry, you've got no experience at all, you need to recommend some of the level 3 courses. There's too many to mention. It's not something that we do, I want to say yet, because Sarah Trevero that works with us is keen to get that going, but at the moment we don't. So if you're looking to do your Pilates teacher training, start with your mat level 3. Just go and Google that, Pilates mat level 3 teacher training. There's tons of them all over the UK. Some of them you can do online as well. I'm not going to sit and recommend any of them because I don't know them all personally. So I think they're all much of a much. They'll go through the same sort of curriculum. But yeah, that is our Pilates teacher training. For those of you that are maybe interested in knowing a bit more about how we run that here.